All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Ryce, and I'll be your host for tonight's Tele-Class. And I'd like to officially welcome you to Karen Ryce's World Movement for Raising Happy Kids. Wow. It's going to be another interesting topic for tonight on positive respect. Last week we covered a topic on 2-year-olds. That was very interesting. And I think tonight's topic, practically anyone can benefit from this, regardless of age. Wouldn't you agree when it comes to respect? This reminds me actually of the quote I came across one time. You're going to like this. "A person's a person no matter how small," by Dr. Seuss. If you read that over and over, it just, there's a lot in between that line. So it's a great quote. But before anything else, on behalf of Karen and myself, we want to thank each and every one of you for your time and support for making this Tele-Class a success. The fact that you are here with us, we can count this as part of our success for today. Right, Karen?
That's for sure.
Now, on behalf of everyone on the call and myself, we want to express our gratitude to you, Karen, for doing this and giving all of us access to your knowledge. Because I love saying this, we don't know what we don't know, right?
Right.
I think it's a good posture to keep, having that attitude of a learner at all times, even though we're older. Okay, well, just to give you a little bit of a background here, I met Karen a couple of months ago at the Women's Chamber office. I was helping out with a membership at that time. Then she handed me a copy of her book, Parenting for the New Millennium. I took a quick glance at the contents, and I thought to myself, your work needs to be spread out to the world. A lot of homes, schools, and organizations need to know about this. And so, look, here we are today and doing just that, spreading her message and her work and bringing awareness to people about her certification program in raising happy kids. She'll mention more about that later on, but you can learn more about raising happy kids by visiting her website at happykidsco.com. Moving on. Several years ago, I like this part, she was given the name the Miracle Worker of Education and Parenting because she has mastered the power of respect. So, with no further delay, I'm proud to share with you the Miracle Worker of Education and Parenting, Karen Ryce.
Wow, thanks, Cherry. That was a great introduction. I feel very honored and grateful to be here sharing this with all of you. I just was going to give a quick little background of how this all came about. The first memory that I have about it was when I was 13. I remember sitting in my room on my bunk bed, the lower berth, and I knew that I somehow, something in me knew that I was here to do something really important. And at the time I realized I was telling myself, well, I know it's not discover the cure for cancer because there is no way that I'm going to go to medical school and all that. So it's got to be something else. Then life went on, and I went to college, got my BA in anthropology. I ended up in India, and there I ended up studying Montessori. Then I married the person that I was there with, and he and I came back to the United States and founded a Montessori school in Northern California that's still going. And while I was beginning my work as a Montessori teacher, I became very disturbed by the way that parents were treating their children. And I know, like, this is how I was raised, but it just didn't feel right to me, especially from what I'd learned in Montessori about the work of the child and the way to treat them. And so I found myself pulling back and avoiding social situations as much as I could because I didn't know what to do about it. It was like a mystery to me, and in my mind, I was being pulled in both directions, like, okay, this is how I was raised, so that makes sense, but this isn't what I learned in Montessori and what feels good to me. And so anyway, it took a while. Before it was my first daughter was about a year old, and I was in a church rummage sale looking at some of their baby clothes. And I picked up a little blouse, and for some reason, I have no idea why I did this, but I did. I turned over the price tag, and they had torn up, I guess they had a lot of them, the Emancipation Proclamation, and it was a piece of that, and I read it, and when I read it, all of a sudden, it became clear to me what was going on that bothered me. I had a name to put on it, and it's in my book, and under the chapter called Silent Slavery. But then the task came to me, well, so what are you going to do about this? Because I wanted to do something to heal this situation. And I wanted to do it in a way that people could listen to and not feel threatened or anything like that. So I figured out a way, and many years later I started to write it down, because actually the reason I was writing it is because I was invited to make some educational centers in India, and I felt like before I did that, I needed to share what I felt I'd learned about having a good relationship with children. I felt I needed to share it with the people that I learned it from working with their children, and also to help the children. And so I was writing a book, and a parent asked me to please share what I discovered so far. So I wrote this letter, and I shared it at an elementary school. I was invited to share this where her son went to school. And at the end of reading the letter, the children burst out clapping and started standing up. The teacher was really surprised. But anyway, so I received a spontaneous standing ovation from an elementary classroom of students. So I figured I'm onto something good. And that's what I'm here to share some of with you today. Before we get going further, I just want you to know that if you can get to the wall, and if you need help, we'll help you. There are some links, and there's something that you can download called Developing the Positive Respect Mindset, and it will help you to do that. It's a guideline for that. So today what we're going to cover are the positive results of being respectful, and why respect. I've been asked that question before. Some specifics about using respect with children, the power of respect mindset, and the last thing is called be respect is your foundation, and that's kind of a guideline I'll share with you. Imagine your home with no conflict. Everyone is getting along, helping each other. This doesn't mean that there are no differences in opinion, values, interests, needs, but you now have the means to harmonious solutions, and each of you know how to do this. Believe in it, practice it, and reap the benefits. Imagine your kids demonstrating the dominant positive results that I have witnessed in kids due to positive respect, which helps them reveal their true nature. They are considerate, capable, they have strong positive beliefs in their self-worth, they tend to make wise decisions, they're respectful. Wouldn't you like your kids to be living examples of these qualities and abilities? Why respect? It is the key to the results I just mentioned. I discovered many years ago that treating kids respectfully brought about a very enjoyable relationship. They became cooperative instead of resistant. They were willing to do as I asked instead of not. In fact, they were often eager to do what I asked. They trusted me. They became caring and respectful to other kids and to other adults. They were happier, and I was happier. I'd been searching for a solution to the problems that develop between kids and adults. I discovered the cause of those problems, as I mentioned to you earlier, but I didn't know what to do about it. At some point, I realized that respect was the solution that I'd been searching for. I began making every effort to ensure that I was never less than respectful to kids. This became the foundation of our relationship. I got back what I put out. When you respect someone, respect forms your thoughts into cooperative understanding. Respect comes through your mouth as kind, thoughtful words. Respect comes from your hands as helpful, loving actions. When you really respect someone, your respect includes your thoughts about that person. You think of their pleasing qualities, words they have said that you admire, actions they have taken that make you feel good, even proud of your connection. You tend to overlook or accept weaknesses and mistakes. When you're with that respected person, you want to consider their feelings and wishes in whatever actions you take or in what you say. You do your best to cooperate with them. If you know there's behavior that pleases them, you behave that way, and you avoid behavior that you know that they don't like. Here are some words and phrases associated with respect: admiration, consideration, courtesy, politeness, attentiveness, having a high opinion of, recognizing the worth, quality, importance of. One way to create a respectful relationship is by practicing cooperation and simple, common courtesy, treating others in ways that feel good to them. We want them to have a pleasant life, and we wish to contribute to it. Cooperation and courtesy are important, practical aspects of respectful relationships. The situation with kids is a little different. As you know, adults are in charge of kids, even according to the law. Parents or guardians are the specific adults responsible for their kids. As a parent or guardian, you are expected to teach your kids what to do and what not to do and how things are done. That kids learn from adults seems to be built into the human species. Kids are not born speaking a language and ready to participate in the life around them. Humans need to learn the language or languages spoken by those around them, especially their parents or guardians. They need to learn how things are done from those same adults. Let's focus on how to use respect effectively. Parents or guardians need to give their respect to their kids first. They need to show how it's done. The kids need to observe firsthand how you treat others respectfully and how it feels to be treated respectfully. Remember, their job of creating a wonderful adult human being is certainly a job worthy of respect. To use respect effectively, you give respect first. You cooperate first. Remember, you're the example. You're the adult. The kind of behavior you want to see has to come from you, to start with you. I'm sure you've heard the quote, "Be the change you want to see in the world." If you want your kids to treat you respectfully, you treat them respectfully. Show them how it's done. Try this. You'll be amazed at the results. You'll watch problems vanish. This is some of what someone learns as a Happy Kids trainer. So, what is the positive respect mindset? The foundation of this whole approach is based upon parents developing and maintaining their positive respect mindset. This is your fail-safe. You might ask, as others have, as I mentioned earlier, why respect? Why not love? Of course, parents do love their kids, even though too often the way they treat their kids might seem like punishment to the kids. So the kids don't feel loved. For example, parents usually do what they can to prevent their kids from going to what parents consider possibly harmful situations, overpowering their kids. To their kids, this might not feel loving. They might not feel loved. They might feel that what they want doesn't matter. If this is frequently repeated, as it often is, you can imagine how frequently their child feels unimportant, disappointed, discouraged. Respect changes this situation. When a parent is committed to being never less than respectful, a foundation is created that ensures that their child always feels loved. Never less than respectful means that you only treat your child in ways that feel respectful to them. Even when you are feeling frustrated, you are not disrespectful to your child. How do you do this? Deciding to develop a positive respect mindset is a great first step. The positive respect mindset is knowing that there is a respectful solution and being determined, committed to finding it. There is a way that everyone involved can get their needs met, and together you can discover it. 3-year-old children find this very easy to master once they discover that it's an option. Most likely, to some degree or another, this is going to involve adding new habits of thought and action, and releasing habits that don't help you stay respectful. This new set of habits can be created by anyone just through the thoughts they choose to think. Then, with their determination to think and act respectfully, and finally, you use your willpower to persevere until this new way of thinking and acting becomes a habit or second nature. Then you will find it difficult to think or behave otherwise. Your love for your kids, wanting the best for them, wanting to end the struggles, stop the troubles, banish the problems and the tears, the sadness, the frustration that comes with all of this. This is all the motivation you need to get started. Once you feel the pleasure of finding win-win solutions, you'll never want to stop. Because the concept of respect is so common and so well known, many people think that they have already tried this with their kids. They think that it's already one of their family values. Because of this common misconception, I'm going to cover the concept of respect and then the role of respect in positive respect. What I now call positive respect, I used to call the power of respect. When I originally thought of the name, the power of respect, I had already discovered in my work with kids as a Montessori teacher that respect is a powerful force. That was as far as I thought. Respect is a powerful force, and it is. You can make someone's day just by being respectful to them. Every time they think of how well you treated them, they'll feel the feelings of gratitude, of being cared about, that they felt when you were respectful to them. That's powerful. It's powerful enough to ensure that kids feel loved. Kids who were loved but never felt loved. It makes it possible for the love to reach them. One letter I got told me of such a situation. The writer's teen sister was able to stop going to therapy after their mother bought my book and began implementing the power of respect tools, skills, and strategies. According to her sister, she finally felt loved and no longer needed therapy. Her mother had loved her all along, but that love didn't reach her teenage daughter. She did not feel loved. Many years later, I discovered an even more powerful meaning to the power of respect, or positive respect. Positive respect more exactly means that you respect someone, you treat them respectfully, and you respect yourself and treat yourself respectfully at the same time. This little word "and" is what makes positive respect so powerful and so different from what most people think of as respect. That "and" stands for a huge difference, a whole person difference, and it results in harmony. Here are a few questions to ask yourself to help you build that respectful foundation. This thought, this decision, this action, is it respectful? Is my child happy with how I'm dealing with this? Am I happy with how I'm dealing with this? If it's respectful, it feels good to both of you. Now I'm going to go through, it's called Be Respect as Your Foundation. It helps you think respectfully, speak respectfully, and act respectfully. First, think, because that's where everything starts. Think respectful thoughts about yourself and your child. It's important to know and understand that there is always a respectful solution to any problem situation. A helpful mental guideline that's important to know and remember is called your respected person. Think of someone you respect. This is your respected person. Thinking of them can help you make respect your foundation. Be determined to cooperate. Just being willing to be respectful can make all the difference. Refuse to think disrespectful thoughts. If you do think a disrespectful thought, change it to a respectful thought. Catch yourself thinking respectful thoughts. Celebrate when this happens. Take time to visualize yourself in completely respectful situations. Persevere. Be persistent. Never give up. As a baby picks itself up when it falls while learning to walk, so you continue on to mastery. Speak respect. I say respectful words about myself and my child. I say respectful words to my child. It's important to know how to do this and to do it. Remember, there is always a respectful solution to any problem situation. Share this information with your child. Speak to your child like you would speak to your respected person. Speak words of cooperation. Apologize anytime you are less than respectful. This helps heal the hurt you caused. It helps you remember to be respectful. If necessary, ask how you can help your child feel good again. Refuse to say disrespectful words. Catch yourself saying respectful things about yourself and your child. Celebrate when this happens. Persevere, be persistent, never give up. Act respect. I do respectful things for myself and my child. It is important to know what actions your child thinks are respectful. Share what is respectful to you. Discover what is respectful to your child. Treat your child like your respected person. Remember, there is always a respectful solution to any problem situation. This helps you keep working on finding the solution. You cooperate first. Be a living example. Walk your talk. Create specific respect goals and work toward them every day. Refuse to act disrespectfully. Catch yourself doing respectful things for yourself and for, to, and with your child. Celebrate when this happens. Persevere, be persistent, never give up. Find what works for all. Only win-win solutions are okay. Accept that you each deserve to have it how you want it. Keep communication clear. Model what matters to you. Figure it out, then live it. Trusting your child is your first choice. Figure out how, then do it. If you know someone who might like to become certified as a Happy Kids trainer, a mother, aunt, sister, friend, teacher, daycare provider, grandmother, have them go to happykidsco.com/apply to. There is a link on the wall, and as I mentioned, there is the worksheet that can help you create your own positive respect mindset. And there's also on the wall there at the bottom, there is a link to the website itself. So that's the end of today's class.
Great. Thank you, Karen, for sharing more information. Now, if you have any question, I hope you took down some notes. Just press *6 if you have any question. While we're waiting, Karen, I just had a thought in my head.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh. I think you should have a reality show.
Oh, that sounds good.
You know, there's a show, I mean, I really don't watch TV, but I remember, my gosh, it's been a while since I saw this, like, there's like a babysitter or something like that, or a nanny, nanny.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, training kids and stuff, so, yeah, I just thought about that.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
All right, well, anyone has any questions? Don't be shy, *6. You have 2 more topics left, Karen, right?
I think so, yeah.
You have 2 more topics left, and that is, if I remember it correctly, the next one is self-respect.
Right.
Self-respect, and the last one is raising happy kids, is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Yeah.
All right, raising happy kids. Well, seems like there's no question. So, okay, well, thank you again for joining us tonight. We truly, truly appreciate your time and support. And I guess I'll send emails again to remind everybody in case someone is interested. Please keep this free class in mind, just in case you come across someone during the week and might find this class interesting. So again, next week will be self-respect, same time at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'm sorry. And that's about it. Thanks, Karen, and thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
all right.
Cherry. Thanks, everyone.
I'm going to turn off the mute so we can say bye.